should probably... you guys can see enough of the table. Not me early. Not me early. Not me early. Hold on here. We're a few minutes early, but it's okay. Spread this down. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Good morning, good early afternoon, good Sunday. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. We in the ghetto here. And Sundays is God's day, which means salsa all day, you heard? So on Sundays is God's day, so we play salsa all day on this side, you heard me? I ain't even complaining. All right, push this to the side. That goes in the garbage. I think we're gonna pop out with the inversion this morning, or this early afternoon, should I say. We're gonna start there. I think we're gonna switch at some point here today, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna go at some point in with the vice versa tarot as well. And it's hot. Have I been all morning with this long sleeve shirt? Have no idea. Have no idea. Hi, chosen one. You're. Hey, girl, hey. We're gonna tap in. I know I'm mad early. Mad early. It's YouTube's not even gonna push my... Well, I think I got a minute left. I can't see the fucking... A minute left. Let's give it a minute. Let me shuffle these up, which I'm not even gonna complain about it, because it's been so long since I've used this deck that I probably should shuffle this more than normal. So let's see. Yo me quedo en Puerto Rico vendiendo vas en colores. 8 of Cups in the reverse. The High Priestess. And the Magician in the reverse. Somebody try to get something over on you. That's so funny, because silly rabbit. The High Priestess is the only card here that's in the upright. We got the 8 of Cups and the Magician, both in the reverse. Somebody try to run some type of reverse psychology on you. It's gonna backfire if it hasn't already. This also isn't gonna be a fun ride for somebody. Somebody may have counted you out. I don't know if this is at work. Somebody, you could have warned somebody of something. You could have told somebody like, yo, if this is the case, then this is how I'm gonna handle it. Or if this is ever the case, this is how I'm gonna approach this. Somebody may have counted you out in that sense. Like somebody didn't believe that you were able to or capable of. Somebody may have put themselves on a pedestal thinking you may react or respond or treat people or, you know, do people like that. But like, you're not gonna do it to me. I'm gonna be able to get this over on you. Like, I'm gonna be able to swipe the rug from right under your feet. Somebody excluded themselves from an equation that they're not excluded from. This could also be the energy of somebody thinking karma is going to bypass them somehow. I don't know. I don't know what would ever convince somebody of that. But, you know, to each his own. Because somebody genuinely, something flipped. I got the Six of Swords here, but something flipped here. Hold on. Ace of Wands. Somebody thought they were going to have a new beginning. And whatever was toxic was going to stay behind with someone else. Listen, it depends on who you are in the scenario. Because if in the case of the High Priestess is absolutely going to have the Six of Swords. Did I say Six of Wands? It's the Six of Swords. The High Priestess is absolutely going to have that chance to move forward. Absolutely going to have that chance to have a new beginning, Ace of Wands. But if we're looking at, because she's in the upright, she's the only one in the upright. But if we're looking at the Eight of Cups and the Magician that are both in the reverse, somebody here thinks that they were smarter than the average duck. Somebody here thought that they were going to be able to get one over on you. I don't know, maybe for some of you, this is you. I would hate to think that. But this energy here is like, collective acts that way, could act that way or be that way with everybody else. Collective ain't gonna be like that with me. I'm gonna be able to get one over on collective. Or collective may be putting people in their place, but collective not gonna do that with me. I'm gonna be able to gaslight the fuck, manipulate the fuck out of collective. Like, it's everybody else, yes, but not with me. Collective is smart when it comes to dealing with other people, but not smarter than me. She's not smarter than your average Joe. You heard? That's the energy of this right here. That's the energy of this right here. But I also feel like whether this is romantic or not, somebody is trying to, or has tried to, or will try to, kind of like, whatever it is that they've done, whatever it is that they've poured their energy into, it does feel negative. It is in both in the reverse. It's almost like they feel like karma, like I said, is going to bypass them. It's going to move around. Like karma's going to move around them. Like karma's going to skip their name in the line. She's not. She's not. Karma could be hitting somebody in the form of, like, let's say, for example, if this is a relationship or was a relationship, somebody did somebody dirty, right? And then they move on and then they get with somebody and they, in the beginning, y'all know the butterflies and the lies, the beginning stages, that honeymoon phase is like extra intensified. Somebody goes into something with like, I'm going to do everything right that I didn't do right in the past. I'm going to be this type of person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And my new person is going to... I got it all figured out. Somebody had a whole plan here. That's going to backfire. And when it comes back around to hit somebody in the ass, it's going to split somebody in the ass. Because karma never hits. Karma never forgets. Karma never forgets a hit. I promise you that. My neighbor's German. Welcome in to everybody who's now coming in. I started the live sooner than I set it for, which is not common on this platform. But I was saying in the very beginning how it's Sunday, God's Day, and so God's Day always calls for some blasted salsa. You heard? I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but my neighbor's German. 5 of Wands in the upright and the 4 of Swords with the World and Judgment. 4 of Swords. The World. I gotta be extra careful with these small cards. It's been a minute since I've used them. 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords, the World, and Judgment. This is somebody who's actually taking time to heal. The title for today's live was real interesting because I did a reading with the members, right, to get this title. Once I set the live and had the title for the live, cards flipped out from the deck. So the members got like a bonus. If you get off of there, you're going inside. Are you ready to go inside? 1 second. You gotta stay on the knockout. You're going inside. I'm not about to be chasing you around the patio. If you get down, you're going in. Play with me if you want. Lay down. You want to play with me? Come on, inside. Go. No, don't look at the hammock now. Go inside. Thank you. Charlotte must not have gotten the memo. Play with me if you want. You heard? She must not have gotten the memo. Anyway, I was talking about the reading that I did for the members when I got the title. The title being realizing this person isn't your past person. It's okay to trust your intuition. Because your intuition is not going to steer you wrong. If your intuition is telling you, yo, we're good here, you're good there. You know what I mean? And there's going to be times, not to get it misconstrued, there's going to be times where your intuition is going to tell you, yo, it's safe. You got to be able to utilize your discernment. It's safe for now, or it's safe for the long term. That's why you got to always be tapped in with your intuition. You know what I mean? You got to always be tapped in, because a message of it's safe for now from the intuition implies that there's something to be learned. And the minute that something is learned and taken, you need to exit. Which would be that reason why intuition would tell you, yo, it's okay for now. It's clear for now. I don't know, that kind of came, I mean, it makes perfect sense, but that came, I don't even know where the fuck that came from, so that was for somebody. That was very specific. 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords, the World, and Judgment. Somebody here is taking the time to actually heal something, which we love that, right? But somebody's done a little bit, somebody has done an over excessive amount of healing. And it's like, it's to the point where it's like you can only heal a specific situation, but so much, right? Because of course you're still going to feel something. Of course, if something is brought up that reminds you of something in 10 years, of course you're going to feel something, right? You're fucking human. Because people have that misconstrued, that idea misconstrued too, of like, I healed something that happened 20 years ago, but here I am 20 years later and something happens and I still feel something. I thought this was healed. You could have healed something, but just because you have that inkling, just because your chest gets tight, just because you have that tightness in your throat, doesn't mean that something wasn't healed necessarily. You know what I mean? This right here feels like, just be careful that you're not overdoing it with the healing in regard to a specific situation, because we're always in some form or facet, we're always doing some type of healing, especially as a collectively. The thing with that is, when you have a particular situation and you've healed that and you've made peace with certain things and you've understood certain things and you've gotten what you needed to get from certain things, there has to come a point where your discernment tells you it's okay to move forward. It's okay to move on. And so a perfect example of how we see this play out, even in our own lives, for a lot of us, you ever go through something romantically and then you come out of it and you're so traumatized that you're like, you know what, never again. Not with that person, not with anyone. I don't want to be with no one. I want to be by myself forever. You ever heard somebody say that, or you ever said that? Because that's a perfect example of somebody overdoing it in a specific area. Maybe you're being called to be down as far as like romantic connections. Maybe you're being called to do that again temporarily. Maybe your intuition is telling you, yeah, be alone for a while. That's not be alone forever, right? We were just talking about that. So discernment is going to be really, discernment is always really big, even when we're not speaking about it outwardly. Discernment is a thing every single day. And if it's not, you're doing something wrong. You're missing some type of parts here, because discernment should be part of your everyday practice every single day. Why the chat is not coming up is what I want to know. I saw it before. That was this right here. If anybody who's just come in and like, what deck she's using, because you're fairly new on the platform, it's the Inversion Tarot. We haven't used this bad boy in a minute, hot minute, so I had to give it its own introduction. Yo, it's hot. You know when you get out the gym and you're sweating and it's like kind of cold, you feel kind of cold? I got home, I showered, and I'm like, ooh, it was a little bit brisk, so it's gonna be brisk in the patio. Put on a fucking long sleeve. Now I'm sweating my ass off. Oh, wait. Are we in? Are we up? We are. Hi, Deb. Was just watching you in Connecticut on your vlog when I saw it live. Yeah. Shout out to those of y'all who watch the vlog channel. Today is the last episode for season. What season was that? Season 5. The end. Yeah, the end of season 5. Thank you, Lord. It was a long one. It was a real long one. Hi, Unique. Hi, Brumilda. Ooh, we got quite a few cards here. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I knew this wasn't the first card out. The first card out was something face down. That's what I was looking for here. Ugh. Talk about it. 3 of Swords. This was face down. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. I already know what this is. Oh, shit. The Star and the Queen of Pentacles. My members, the last like 3 videos that we've gotten, not even 3, because I just did two-part videos, two-part videos back to back. So like the last like 6 videos that the members have gotten, this Queen of Pentacles has been prominent in almost every message. We're actually gonna, on the membership, we're gonna do a whole reading surrounding a Queen of Pentacles energy. Funny seeing you here, darling. That's the energy I'm getting from that Queen of Pentacles. Somebody and somebody just recently said this to me, like recently, like this morning. I would have never guessed you were going through that. I would have never guessed that's what you were, where you were at mentally. I would have never guessed that's where you were at emotionally. I would have never guessed it. Because somebody is making something look easy. Somebody is making something look like it's been a pleasure. Like it's been a pleasurable experience. Somebody's abundance has been costly. Somebody's abundance has come with a big price, a hefty price, or it will. Like I don't even think somebody, whoever I'm speaking to, you may not have even tied 2 and 2 together yet. Like somebody on one end of their life is going through something really dark, really painful. 3 of Swords. This was in the face down, so it's unknown. For somebody here, you may not realize how much this piece is going to cost you. It's face down, the 3 of Swords. Because this is a 10 of Pentacles. The 9 plus the Queen is 10 Pentacles. But the 9 of Pentacles, you're doing something on your own. You have to experience it on your own. You have to prove that you can sustain on your own before you can get to the Queen, which is a 10 of Pentacles. But it is wish fulfillment. It is something you've asked for. It is something that you've been trying for. And it is something that's going to come in with the Star card in the upright Aquarius energy. It's just going to cost you more than you even thought. And you know, it's interesting because it's like it's going to cost you something, but it's going to hurt. 3 of Swords. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to cost you something that you need. So it's like if you're having to go through, if you're shedding relationships, friendships, familial relationships, right? Like family members, close friends that were like family, relationships that you guys were together for so long. It's like you guys are embedded in each other's families. If you're losing that, those are not, it's things that are not in alignment if you're losing it. And I don't want to say losing because you're not essentially, you're leaving it behind. Big difference. You're not losing. What you have to leave behind, what you have to sacrifice in order to get to where you're trying to go, I think in the midst of it, you're going to feel like it's a loss. In the midst of it, you're going to feel like it's really hard. But when you get to where you're trying to go, when you understand that there's a whole new dimension there, it's a whole new level of shit there, a whole new level of lessons, of prosperity, of abundance, but the lessons are there nonetheless. And so once you get to that part, it then becomes more clear, like, okay, I wasn't actually losing when I left these people behind. I wasn't actually losing when I had to walk away from certain things. I was elevating. And that kind of changes the game here for someone. Page of Swords. Oh. Oh, darling. Wow. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. The Page of Swords. This is a learning experience. This is something, listen, it's because somebody may be beating themselves up at the fact that they didn't realize this sooner. Nothing you could have done was gonna make this more clear to you. It was only gonna be clear to you when it was supposed to become clear to you. So there's no point in beating yourself up about something that was, nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome or could have changed the process. Because anything differently in this process and it would have ended up differently. The whole picture. Does that make sense? The Hermit. Justice. Virgo, Libra energy. Shout out to all my Libras. Happy birthday to all my Libras. We are officially in Libra season. I'm an Aquarius, but Libra season is just as much my season than any Libra out there. I don't even know if I have Libra anywhere in my chart specifically, but like prominently. But like in my heart of hearts, I'm a Libra too. I love me some Libra energy since I was a child. The Star again. This Virgo, Libra, Aquarius heavy on the table. And then I got the King of Swords, which is 2 swords. Somebody doesn't see this. Somebody knows it deep down inside. We always talk about that on this platform. 2 of Swords. Somebody loves to play, like if... They're telling me this in Spanish. Te gusta ser la pendeja, pero tú no eres pendeja. Like, alguien está disimulando. Somebody is faking the funk, like if they don't understand why something is happening. But deep down inside, you know. In your heart of hearts, in your mind, and your intuition has already told you that this is why something's going to happen. Or this is what's going to happen. Somebody already knew that shit was going to play out the way that it plays out. But they're sitting there like experiencing it. Like if it's a first time thing. Or like if this is something they've went through. If this is the first time. Or like if they didn't know that they dreamt this 6 months ago. Last year. 6 years ago. Like you knew. You knew. Let's be for real here. You knew. Like, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you was oblivious to this. You knew that things was going to transpire this way. That relationship that you was in, that you was trying to hold on to, that was super toxic, that you knew. And you probably even said yourself, this shit ain't going nowhere. And it's going nowhere fast. You knew. You knew. 2 of Swords. You knew internally. You knew. I don't even know how to... You knew should have been part of the fucking title at this point. Because... This is also somebody saying too. Like, you knew that this was not... If this is romantic, okay. So the title makes sense. Because somebody... Spirit is like, you knew that in the past what you were dabbling in, whether it was one relationship or all your relationships or whatever, right? When you were in those situations, friendships, relationships, romantic, platonic, whatever, you knew when you were in them that they weren't sustainable. You knew that. Whether you chose to believe or trust your intuition, your discernment, that's a different question. But did you know? Did your intuition show up and tell you? Did your discernment show you firsthand that these things were not right? That these things were not in alignment? Yeah. And so... Now that we've fast forward, now that we're on a different timeline, now that we have shifted, now that we have ascended, right? Are you still gonna move now like if you're super cautious and you don't trust nobody? Because when you say trust, you ever hear somebody say, you ever hear somebody say, like, I don't trust a soul. That means you don't trust you. That means you don't trust your discernment. That means you don't trust your own intuition. Because you can never say your intuition and your discernment didn't show up for you. It did. Whether you chose to follow it and trust it is on you. Everybody is going to be different, right? And so in the past, when your intuition said, yo, L, this ain't it. When your discernment said, yo, L, this ain't that. Don't. Like, exit, stage left, like, abort mission. When you chose to look a different way, when you chose to try to make your own rules, when you chose to try to bypass what Spirit was sending you and showing you, that was you not trusting you. And so now we move forward. Now on this new timeline, you have new friends, that are actually supposed to be soul fam. Some of them. We have certain dynamics, certain relationships, certain bonds, even romantically, that are, these people are in alignment for where you are now. Because you've done the work. Why is it that you're still bringing that part from your past in when you say, well, I'm going to trust you as far as I can throw you, and that's not very far. This person is not that person. These people, these friends are not those people and those friends. This ain't that. It can become that if you keep on this same pattern of not trusting your own intuition. But I thought on the last, I was going to say platform. I thought on the last, in the last paradigm, in the last level, in the last part where you was, I thought that in those lessons, I thought that was the lesson of understanding how to trust your own self and your own intuition and your own discernment. I thought that's why we're here at this level. That's why we're at this space. Because the last time you said you learned to trust this, to trust you. And so if we're here and you're still struggling with that, these things can absolutely get turned upside down. Absolutely. So it's a question we should be asking ourselves. Did we come off of that? Have we ascended from that? Right? Or are we still there? Because on the new timeline, we're not building relationships and dynamics with people by ignoring red flags. We did that in the past. We're not doing that moving forward. We're no longer giving the benefit of the doubt to people who have shown us their ass once, let alone a multitude of times. So what's the word here? It's almost like Spirit is waiting for somebody to like, what are you gonna do? And that's not to say the people that are here now are gonna be here forever, but the people that are here now are supposed to be here right now. And so take it for what it's worth. Until you start to see the red flags, take it for what it is. And then when the red flags start to pop up, or if the red flags start to pop up, leave it for what it was. Simple math, really. If you want to be technical, it's simple math. It's not. Somebody's like, it's really not hard. It's really not hard. It's really not hard. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. Achieving this 10 of Pentacles isn't hard, collective. I feel like we've made it such a fucking process. Wow, the world. I think we've made it such a process collectively that at the end we start to realize like, yo, it's really not that hard to attain this 10 of Pentacles. It's just the parts of us that is like, we don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to do it on our own. I just saw the 9 of Pentacles. I tell my daughter this, or like me and my daughter beef all the time on account of this energy, because it's like, yo, the Tower. When I was putting with the King of Swords, the truth is gonna hurt somebody. It is what it is, but that doesn't make it any less true. The truth will hurt you, but it doesn't make it any less true. And so I tell my daughter all the time, just because there's a part of something, judgment, just because there's a part of something that you don't want to go through or you don't want to deal with, the longer you put it off, the more heavier and harder it's going to be. Just because you don't want to do something don't mean you don't have to do it. If you got to go to where you're trying to get to, whether physically, whether emotionally, whether ascension-wise, like whatever the case is, if you got to go, you're going to have to do some uncomfortable shit. You're going to have to do some uncomfortable shit. It just is what it is. There's no way around that. I was just telling the members, and I just said it here too in the beginning of this live, karma don't miss. So if you know you got karma at your door and you're trying to avoid it by going out the back, do that. But don't think that when you get down the block, or when you move, or when you're in a new relationship with somebody that don't know you and don't know the toxic shit you really be on, that don't mean karma not gonna hit you there. If anything, if you open the door, if karma's at your front door and karma's knocking, and you open that door and you approach it head on, the collision isn't going to be as bad as if you driving, speeding down the block, trying to get away out the back door, speeding down the block, and karma got to hit you. Head-on collision, 100 miles per hour. That's going to be a bigger tower. So how you want to play it out? How you want to play it? You know how many people every day go through shit? And with the people that they've put through drama and put through hell, they choose to not sit around and heal it with them. In their mind, they tell themselves, I'm just gonna, we're gonna separate this because this is too much work to pick up after my own mess. I'll pick it up on my own time. We see this romantically every day. This plays out romantically in relationships every day, where people move on. Instead of rectifying what they've done wrong, rectifying their wrongs, they move on, they don't heal, and then they end up in new situations and think that because the new people do not know them, they won't have to pick up their mess from the behaviors and the patterns and the toxicity that they were spewing for however many years. That collision, when it comes in, because it will, it always ends up being harder and worse and more impactful than if this person would have just opened their front door and addressed their family, addressed their situation, addressed their drama, addressed their demons at their front door. Because karma, one thing about karma, everybody loves to downplay karma and downgrade karma, but like karma is not a bitch, and karma doesn't come chaotic. The only time karma comes through and is chaotic as fuck is when you running. You ever have somebody do something so fucked up to you, and then you move on, they move on, whatever the case is, years go on, and you tell yourself, yo, this person never got their karma because I never seen them down and out. I never seen them broken. I never seen them fucked up. Like, this person never actually got their karma. Some people even look at us and think that the mistakes or decisions that we've made in the past and we never got our karma. Sometimes though, people, when they know they fucked up and they serious about ascending and they're serious about changing and they're serious about implementing the changes that are necessary so that they don't continue toxic patterns, when karma came knocking at certain people's doors, certain people answered and sat down with karma. This is what I did. How do I rectify this? You know, what do I have to, you know, go? And it's not like it's gonna be any karma isn't easy on people just because they answer the front door. Karma is just as hard. It's just people, some people choose to go through their karma on their own trajectory. And that's, I think, we saw judgment, we saw the world. I think collective that's how karma is intended. Karma is only chaotic and a blasphemy and fucking a mess, and like it spews everywhere, and you see towers happening and fragments of shit all over the place when you're running from karma. I hope that this makes sense, because it makes perfect sense to me. I hope that I'm articulating it in a way where it makes perfect sense, because a lot of times people are answering their door. All right, I did do this, so like, what do, it's like, think of like somebody who's about to get arrested. They get, you know, fucking SWAT comes to their door with an arrest warrant. If they run, it's gonna be messy, right? It's gonna be a whole diabolical shit, and then it's on Front Street because now you on the news and everybody knows it's happening, right? But when they come and they serve you at the door, and you open and you turn around and you're not armed and you put your hands behind your back and they take you in, you're still getting locked up. You still got to go through your karma. You still have to go through those trenches, but you're doing it at your own discord. You're doing it in a peaceful way, so to speak. You still have to do it. You're just doing it in a different way. I don't know why they're keeping me on this for so long, but I do have the world here. I do have the magician, and he is again in the reverse. We saw him before in the reverse, and he's back and he's still in the reverse. Somebody is, you may have separated your energy from someone, romantic, platonic, it don't even matter. This could be a parent, this could be a sibling, this could be an ex-spouse. For some of you, this is your spouse, and you think this is your person, and you don't know who the fuck this person is because you have no idea who the fuck they were right before they got with you. They still that person. Some of us are still in the butterflies and lies phase of their relationships, okay? So I don't know where you are on this timeline right here, but the Magician is still very much in the reverse. Somebody is still the same. Somebody has not changed. You need something? Somebody is still the same. Somebody has not changed. Somebody's trying to pull up the facade that they have learned their lesson. Now, I don't know if these are people that have come back and trying to make up with you, and they're trying to spew to you that they've changed, or these are the Magicians in the reverse that are trying to spew this to the new people that they're dealing with, the new friends, the new co-workers, the new romantic relationships, platonic friendships, whatever. But that's the message here. I've changed, I've changed, I've changed. The Magician is still in the reverse. They have not changed. And then we got 2 cards. I thought it was 3, but it's 2 cards in the face down. So this is unknown energy. Wow. The Devil in the upright. Y'all see that? I've changed, I've changed, I've changed. You have not. A lot of times people learn how to, when somebody's spirit is off, when somebody's spirit is off and they don't know no better, and they're in this, just thriving in their ego, no matter how many times they got bagged in the past, no matter how many times their energy has been exposed in the past, their ego has them so deeply rooted. Their spirit has them so deeply rooted in their ego. I said that wrong originally. They'll learn new ways to get over on certain things. You ever dealt with somebody who was toxic romantically, and then they swear up and down they've done the work, they've changed, all this thing, right? All these rainbows, all the roaches, and you mistaken them for butterflies. Roaches fly, okay? I hate to be the one to tell y'all. Roaches have wings. They flutter. So when you feel in the butterflies, a lot of times it be water bugs, okay? Discernment will help you every time, all right? The Devil is trying to convince somebody that they're no longer the devil. The Devil's in the upright. The Magician is in the reverse. This is also the energy too of somebody finally understanding that they were getting played by a devil energy. Because if we turn the Magician in the upright, the Magician is able to do magic tricks, right? The Magician has a little bit of every suit. The Magician could get anything over on anybody. So this was at a time where somebody was able to get shit over on you. But the Magician in the reverse, wait, it's this way. The Magician in the reverse tells you time is up. Time is up, player. Those magic tricks no longer work over here. Somebody is now seeing the devil for what they are, clear as day. And nothing, no trick, nothing they can say, nothing they can do is gonna be able to convince someone that they're not who they actually are. The Devil came out with the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is somebody who is still very much stuck in their ways. The 4 of Pentacles doesn't let go. The 4 of Pentacles is like a leech. It's something that holds on. Somebody who is in devil energy, it could be a Capricorn for some, because devil is Capricorn energy. Somebody who was fucked up and not in a good space, somebody refuses to let you, even though you have exposed them, even though you have identified who they are, what they are, even though you can see right through them and see their dark spirit, their dark nature, somebody refuses to let go. It's like the cat and the mouse. The cat refuses to let the mouse go. Refuses. Even though the mouse is dead and gone, like the cat is still playing with it. Why? Somebody's spirit has them so deep rooted in their ego, they're still trying to convince themselves that there's a way that they can pull one over on you. Good luck with that. We're going to move on to the vice versa, because I did want to pull from this deck, and I got like 20 minutes left. And low-key 15 minutes, because I cannot stay in this long sleeve shirt for the rest of my day. I cannot be outside like this. I need to put a short sleeve shirt on, because I'm dying right now. It's not okay. Seven of Cups. Six of Wands. Somebody don't know how it is that you keep pushing forward. Somebody is genuinely and utterly confused at how you haven't fallen, how you haven't given up, how you keep going. Is this the devil? No, it's not. This is Leo. It's the Strength. But it's the dark side of the Strength card. See? I thought it was the devil because of that. There could be a Capricorn dealing with a Leo. Or Leo dealing with a Capricorn. However, whoever you are here. Somebody could have heavy Capricorn and Leo in their chart. Either way. Somebody could have identified, somebody could have broken up in Leo season because of the devil energy. Somebody could have left the Capricorn in Leo season. High and dry, baby. High and motherfucking dry. You heard? There's a connection here between Leo and Capricorn energy. The thing with Leo energy, though, is that Leo energy is very much resilient. No matter what it is they're dragged through, no matter what it is they go through, Leo energy can be very resilient. And so, I don't know, somebody could have heavy Leo in their chart. King of Cups, Page of Cups. This is the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. I would have thought this would have been the Leo card, but I think this is Judgment. This is Temperance. I would have thought this was Leo energy, but it's not. It's Temperance. Sagittarius energy, and the King of Swords, with the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Swords, which is Three of Swords anyway. 9 and 3 is 13, 12, which equals 3. Somebody's telling me it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Somebody else is like, no, it's been too much. There's a difference. It's been a lot and it's too much. It's two totally different things. Like it's been more than a lot. Something has been excessive. Something has overstayed its welcome. Something has overplayed its part. Someone has gotten an opportunity. Six of Wands again, right here. With the Two of Pentacles. Somebody has, all right, somebody has been offered an opportunity to do something the right way. So if this is romantic, this is somebody coming in whose intentions are good, but because of what you just went through, you have a bad taste in your mouth for any relationship. But this is your chance to do it the right way, or to be shown how you're supposed to be treated, or to be shown how things are supposed to go. This is an opportunity. The thing is that I feel like this spirit, it's not spirit, it's collective is making me feel like, but this came in too prematurely. I'm not ready. Be careful with how you're speaking. I always say this, be careful the things that you say, because when you're telling the world, when you're telling yourself, you're telling the universe that you're not ready, Spirit, source, the universe, God, whatever, whoever, however you believe it, will hold certain things back. And you don't get to say when they come back. Or if. Because certain things don't spin the block twice. Certain opportunities. Is why they say you only miss 100% of the chances and the opportunities that you don't take. Some opportunities don't come around a second time. Some opportunities have a high likelihood of not even coming around the first time. So if you do have the privilege of the gift of actually getting an opportunity the first time around, this is where discernment comes in. You know, for some of you it's a job. It's like somebody was released from a job. That's literally specifically how they're telling it to me. I was released from the job. Somebody was let go, somebody left, I don't know. Somebody separated themselves from a job and energy, company energy, the employee's energy, whatever it is. The point is you no longer work there and you're like, fuck this. All the shit I went through on account of these people, on account of this position, I'm gonna go collect me some unemployment, for like 3 months and I'm going on fucking vacation because I deserve it, right? That's somebody's plan. No judgment. It is what it is. If I could do it, I would have did it. I would have been in Puerto Rico under fucking palm trees right now, okay? Okay. So, well, not right now. I will wait until the winter because I like the fall. But, somebody is away from an energy, whether it's a job, a person, whatever, right? And right away, if they on their way to order their fucking tickets online, like they on their way out the door, and they get hit with an opportunity, and somebody's like, nah, I'm about to take these 3 months vacation. Fuck that. You know? Yeah, his spirit is like, you sure? Be sure before you tell me no. Don't tell me later, because I get to decide whether this comes around later or not. You sure this is a no? Okay. And for whoever is saying no to the opportunity, this is an opportunity that if you play your cards right and you do the things that you don't necessarily want to do. I just was talking about this. I always tell Izzy this. Sometimes you gotta do shit you don't want to do so that you can get to where you're trying to go. Okay? Just is what it is. Sometimes you gotta eat shit for a little while. If you smart, you know. Because Spirit is saying that opportunity, that job opportunity, that position, that whatever, if you play your cards right, in 3 months, you can be in a position where you can work from home and you can actually go live under that palm tree and still be getting a coin. And not have to take a pay cut. Because if somebody's plan is unemployment, rethink that. Because unemployment don't even pay us what we make at work. And work don't even be paying us what we're worth. So like, we already go to work every day and take a pay cut, majority of us. You want to take a pay cut on top of your pay cut? That's your plan? That's your safety plan? Okay. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Somebody's trying to figure this out. Somebody's trying to make sense of this. Somebody is about to get an offer in a hospital. This is mad specific. Somebody is about to or has already gotten, look at this, 8 of Wands. Somebody may be in talks about this now. Somebody is about to get a position in, they're showing me a hospital, but it doesn't have to be. But the example that they're giving me is a hospital. And I think I said this a few weeks ago when we were live. And I said, or maybe I said this to the members. Because I do remember saying it and it wasn't in a personal reading. But this is somebody who was like a contractor. Or I don't fucking know. This is somebody who like drives for a living or something like that. And they're about to get a offer to work in like a hospital. It's something totally different than what they already were doing or what they normally do. Somebody's like, oh, you know, thank you, I appreciate it, but that's not for me. But you told Spirit that your goal was to be a business owner. You told Spirit that your goal was to be making a certain amount of money by a certain time. You told Spirit you was trying to be whatever, right? This opportunity that feels like it's out of bounds or far-fetched, this was your open door to get to where you was trying to go to. In that hospital, in that new environment, there was either a plug for you, an outlet for you, no pun intended, but like, I mean both. There was something that was going to plug you in to get you to where you was wanting to go originally. But because it didn't look like what you wanted it or what you thought it was supposed to look like, somebody's going to deny it or has denied it before doing their homework about it. Somebody has somebody in their life. I don't know if this person has been in your life or if this person is new. There's somebody in your life that they show you nothing but love. Yo, nothing but love, nothing but love, nothing but love. And there's a part of you that's been burned before by friends, because this could be platonic. You've been burned before by friends, by lovers, whatever. And you're looking at them like, I'm going to keep you at arm's reach because you too nice. It's the worst thing you could do, because this person genuinely is trying to put you on, trying to keep you uplifted, is always positive. Like, There's somebody in your life that you feel like is, but you have to utilize your discernment, collective. Is it your intuition telling you this person is funny style? Or it's the people that were already in your life that don't operate the way this person operates? And so they're feeding it into your mind that this person isn't genuine. Like, has this person proven to you that they're not genuine? Or is it haters? Or anxiety, your fear, that got you looking at something? Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Somebody needs to get themselves in alignment so that they can start seeing things crystal clear. Because their discernment has always been on their side. Their intuition has always been on their side. Like, it's okay to trust. Trust your intuition. That's literally what I put in the title. We're going to end the reading here with this Four of Swords. Somebody is realizing that they still have some healing to do. And don't feel like you've failed because you haven't healed something yet. That feels really important. Collective, it's about to be 3:20. I gotta go before I'm late. I love you guys wholeheartedly. I fuck with you guys the longest way. It is God's day. That means it is salsa day. That's what it means. You heard? No, they're not even playing music no more. If you haven't been outside, if you haven't went out, go touch some grass. I say that all the time. And it's about time I be taking my own advice. Because I've been behind a computer screen for a long time this last month. It's time to get back to it, collective. I love you guys. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day, night, whenever it is you're watching this. Please, please, please don't hesitate to hit that like button, hit the share button. Hit me up in the comments once the live gets posted. For those of y'all who hype my stuff up, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. Members, you got 2 readings coming up again. And for those of y'all who show love on the vlog channel, give me a few weeks. Give me a few weeks. Season 6, you don't gotta wait a month, 2 months, 3 months. Season 6 is coming. I am recording for it, but give me a few weeks, please, please, please. I'm trying to hold on here. I'm trying. Shout out to everybody who taps in, and I love you guys. This one was rather short. I don't like that for us, so maybe we might be live sometime this week, maybe. And if you're on my TikTok, things about to look real different on that TikTok, so holla at me over there. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.